what are the levels, if you would, give it a broad brush on the price to book or the price to equity level on the entire PSU banking basket? Would you turn into a seller, or let's just say you won't buy at those levels? The broader themes that we talk about, that you buy PSUs when they are super attractive and you sell them when they become attractive.
No, I mean, I don't have any kind of targets for these companies, but they are growing at a decent clip. And PSU banks will continue to do well till we see a down cycle in the NPA, and one really cannot predict when that will be. Because on the whole, I think they have not done well when the NPA cycle has turned, and I don't know how the next NPA cycle, when it turns, is going to be anything different. So you need to be a bit cautious. The street is, of course, accounting for a poor track record of these banks in terms of managing their loan book and in terms of delivering shareholder returns as well. So when you're buying a PSU bank, it's not that you're buying the bluest of the blue chip companies within the banking space. So from that point of view, you need to be a bit cautious. And I don't have any specific targets per se. But when it comes to banking NBFCs, there is just too much choice. And I think in a way that's negative, because I think there's a lot of over ownership within the bank NBFC space as well. And that I think will come into play, sooner rather than later. So over a point, next 2-3 quarters looks interesting for the space, but there are certain clouds also emerging for the sector as a whole, especially in terms of lower net interest margin as the savings rate starts to creep up, and competitive intensity may prevent banking sector from maintaining these kind of net interest margins which they have over the past few years or so.
Right. Let's get Vaishali into this discussion. Vaishali, your view on State Bank of India, especially when it comes to charts.
So yes, State Bank of India continues to be my favorite too in the PSU sector. And I would say, well, technically, I would be looking at a resistance at around 620 or so. But it becomes a good buy at every decline. It is getting into the overbought zone. But I would say that yes, 580 should be the near-term support. And if we see the stock moving past 625, 630, my next target would be around 680 to 700 levels. So long-term chart looks positive for upward price projection. But near-term, we can see some hurdle at 625.
If you like the video, do like, comment, share and subscribe.